Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Jazz Sports Show. We got the 14th episode coming at you all live from basement bedroom.
True
All
that.
right, jumping into
Yes,
it, let's get off to a hot start. The Indiana Hoosiers are the college football playoff national champions.
that they are.
First time ever. What a turnaround from being the worst program in college football history to winning the national championship in just 2 years since the Kurt Zignetti hire in 2023, in December of 2023, going 10 and 2 or 11 and 2 in his first year, losing Notre Dame in the first round, and then winning it all by beating the living shit out of everybody except Ohio State and Miami, who they ended up beating by 3 and 6 points.
It was a great game. It was a great game.
It was.
Great class by
Mendoza.
Indiana.
It was.
Fernando Mendoza on that 4th and 5 on their own, what was it, 15 or 12?
It was 12. It was on the 12-yard line.
12-yard line, just making people miss, breaking tackles, and getting in the end zone and holding onto the ball, which was impressive after a no-pause back shot.
I will say Miami's special teams costed the living crap out of them.
Yeah.
Their special teams sold.
My dad called the interception at the end of the game. Dad said Carson Beck's going to throw a pick, and then bam, threw that pick to Sharp. That was huge.
That was a
When we
terrible
got that
pass
penalty,
as well.
dude, and we were hiking the ball at the 1-yard line. That was scary.
Yeah.
That could have been very bad.
Like
Luckily,
that
Fernando
pass,
had the-
that pass was terrible.
Do you think like most people are going to get false hope thinking that they can turn a program around like Kurt Zignetti did in 2 years? I mean, dude, they were 3-9. He gets there 11-2, college football playoff, and then the next year they win the Big Ten, the number one overall team, the Rose Bowl, the Peach Bowl, the national championship. Like, what? Like, what false hope do other, knock on wood that, Indiana is back again next year, but what is, like, the false hope that other, like, ADs are going to get when they try to hire a coach and see if they can flip it around like Kurt did in 2 years?
The first one is that they're not hiring Kurt Zignetti. Not any coach, no matter their experience or what have you, is able to do that. Obviously, props to him. Like Blake just said, worst program into a national champion in 2 years. Not the same recruiting strategy won't work for everybody. Obviously, maybe not a knock, but a fact about the team this year is their average age is like 23. Obviously, you build the win however that is. I don't think it really should be a knock. But not everyone is Kirk Zignetti. There are probably only a small handful of coaches who could do that. And a lot of it will be from their name and, who they are now. Kirk Zignetti was the coach at JMU. Obviously, he was really successful there, but he wasn't, a Power 4 coach before that. So, I'm not saying, obviously, it could happen again, but it really just takes the right coach to gather the right players, to make them believe in something that people thought, wasn't possible. Yeah, it's just false hopes. People shouldn't, or GMs or owners or whoever it might be, presidents of colleges, I don't think should expect that with new hires. Dime a dozen.
Yeah. Dude, looking at the roster for Indiana, it was just a bunch of FCS dudes, or not FCS dudes. It was a bunch of there was no 5 stars. A lot of them were 2 and 3 stars, transferred in from JMU and other small. Don't get me wrong, Mendoza came from Cal and stuff, but he was a 2-star out of high school. Wasn't really looked at. Denied a walk-on spot for Miami. But, dude, the team just showed ruthlessness and just never quit and just ended up just showing. Dude, it was huge. Huge game. Wasn't the prettiest championship game by Indiana by any means necessary. But, you can't expect to be perfect. They ended up winning, but, you can't expect to be perfect their every aspect of the game for 16 games. What was funny was that they are the lowest odds champion ever. Starting the year, they were like a plus 10,000 to
Take
win.
that to the bank.
Yeah, to win the Natty. So that was nuts. So that was crazy to think about. I mean, they were ranked 20th entering the year, dropped, and then everything. But I mean, they got Hoover transferring in from TCU to be the quarterback because Alberto Mendoza transferred to Georgia Tech on Wednesday. Um, you know, he announced he was entering the portal after we won the Natty. But then after that,
Wasn't most of their class like juniors and seniors that was
Yeah.
playing?
oh, dude, they're about to lose a shit ton of people. Like Aiden Fisher's gone on the defense. Kamara's gone on the defensive side.
Isn't like the whole O line gone?
The whole O line's almost gone. Yeah,
It's gonna
I
be
think
interesting what's gonna happen next year.
I trust it. I don't. I'm not too worried about it. Koo gonna get drafted. I mean, talk about draft picks from Indiana, dude. It's like Mendoza's gonna get drafted. I think Surratt and Omar Cooper deserve to be drafted as receivers. They proved that. I think Kamara should get drafted. A lot of mock drafts I saw, honestly, I saw one where the Bengals take him in the seventh round. I think he goes way sooner than the seventh round. He's the guy that blocked the punt.
Yeah.
And he was the premier pass rusher on their defense. I think he was really good. I think Pons, the corner, the star corner for them, I think he gets drafted in like the third, fourth round maybe. Just because I don't see a whole lot of defensive guys getting taken real early. But I think like those dudes get drafted. I think the whole O line should get drafted. If they're all entering. It was the best O line in college football. So they should. I think they
Yeah.
should win. So they should all get drafted. I think. But at the end of the day, dude, it was a very good, successful college football season. Which sucks that we have to wait until August. We gotta wait 7 months to see college football again. But I mean, any other takes? Like, who's your early pick to win the Natty next year? I know this is way too early. Like, this is way too.
By way,
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Texas. One of the people who delivers to our store. We talk every Tuesday about football. I think I'm going with Texas. I think that they can finally do it. Arch played great to end the season. They got Cam Coleman coming in from Auburn. He's the best receiver in the portal. And they're already an established team. I think there was, I don't think, there was a fact that there was a tons of pressure on Arch, even since he was a freshman, when he didn't play, to be great. I think he settles down in the offense. They have tons of weapons. I'm picking Texas.
that was gonna be my pick as well. Only because their struggles was like Arch Manning when it mattered most, and he definitely at the end of the season proved that he can slow the game down as a quarterback and make the right decisions or do whatever he needs to do. Beginning of the season, it was a little bit of a toss-up, but I think really the difference between, because the games they won, they won because of him. The games they lost is because of him. It's never been like a whole team or thing. It's just been he made some mental mistakes that cost him a few bad drives, a few bad plays, a few bad games.
I think Ohio State's gonna win it all. I think Julian Sand, second year as a full-time starter. Jeremiah Smith will be back. I know Cornell Tate's gonna be gone, but Ennis is still gonna be there. Chris Henry Jr. is gonna be coming in. They've reloaded on the defense side. I know they had a lot of transfers go out. Like they've already had some like a lineman already committed to Indiana. But I'm very confident. I think that Ohio State's gonna come back. I do honestly would want to say Indiana again, but they're losing so much. I do think Indiana will be in the college football playoff again. I don't think that they won't be. Do you all disagree on that? Do you think they won't be in it?
It kind of depends on what they bring in. I think they're going to be. I think they have a chance. Definitely have a good chance. I don't know if they're going to be because like this season they had the right players fall into the right system. Like they definitely had some dogs on their team, but they also had like players who could lock into like a system and play this kind of football. So it's like they all built into their system of playing. So it's obviously new players. You don't know how well they're going to gel into said system. So I think they're definitely going to be good. They're obviously going to bring in more talent than they probably have ever had. But I think they're going to be, if they make it, I think Ohio State's going to win the division. The Big Ten.
Conference?
I'm in the conference. Division, conference, same thing at this point. At this point in football. But so I think they're going to be like one of those middle tier playoff teams, but they're not going to be like the first ones out or like the first ones in. But I don't know. But I don't think they're also going to get that bye.
I know their schedule's tough. I know like Indiana's schedule's very tough. Like I mean, the first 3 games of the year, it's easy. Like North Texas, Howard, Western Kentucky, but then they play Ohio State in Bloomington. Then they play Minnesota. Then they play Northwestern. Well, I mean, the dates aren't there. Okay, they play Ohio State October 17th. So that
You would
date
assume
got-
that they play higher competition this year, don't you think?
Well, hold
Or I
on.
guess-
They play Washington. I think Washington will be solid again. They play Nebraska, which I don't know what they're going to look like.
Well, if they're like this season, they weren't much.
No, but
No
really,
Raiola.
well, they play USC, and they play Michigan and Ohio State. They play Ohio State, Michigan, and USC. So those will be good games, and then see how it goes from there. But I do think Ohio State ends up winning it all just because I think they bounce back. I think Julian Sayin wins Heisman next year. Him or Arch. I don't know. I think Ohio State will end up coming back and winning, like bouncing back on it. Even though they're going to
Obviously-
hire a new OC, and they're going to need a better recruiter because Hartline was their recruiter, and Hartline was a very good damn recruiter. But other than that, boys, I don't think we have anything else to say about college football besides can't wait for August.
All I got to say is I know it's a quarterback award, but if Malachi can play like he did in the championship game, he should definitely be in the race for a Heisman, even though it's a quarterback award.
Malachi Tony?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll get it.
At
don't
one
hate
point,
that.
at one point in the championship game, they had like 280 yards, and he had 110 of them for Miami, which is nuts.
It's crazy. But moving on from that, jumping into like the NFL draft a little bit, just wanted to talk about that. Nobody really to talk about besides maybe like the 3 quarterbacks that were on the top of Mel Kiper's chart, which was Fernando Mendoza, Ty Simpson, and how do you pronounce his name?
Trinidad Chambliss.
Trinidad Chambliss. So he
Talk about a
jumped
goated
up
name.
with his performances in the college football playoff. He ascended to the top of a lot of people's boards. I love that he's ahead of Pavia now. So I don't know if a team will end up. I don't know who would end up drafting him. Like, whose team really need a quarterback right now?
See,
Raiders, Jets.
the Raiders, Jets. But the thing is, I think he'll be best if he sits behind a quarterback.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like, so who would draft him in hopes that something would happen that he's there.
Well, who's older?
You hear the Steelers
I mean,
if Rodgers resigns with them,
The Rams.
but
I
the
mean,
Steelers won't have the
Yeah, you
chance
could do the
to.
Rams.
because I mean Matthew Stafford. I mean, yeah, he still
It might
can
be the
play,
Vikings. The Vikings might do one.
Yeah,
like-
depending on how.
but well, isn't
Nine
Sam?
shows
Yeah,
up.
like Sam Darnold. It's not that old.
And
he's
he's
still-
signed for a few years.
Yeah, he
too.
signed for a few years.
He's
The only
signed
reason
for
I said
2
Matthew
he's signed
Stafford is
for
because,
2 years.
but Matthew Stafford is like, I mean, but Sam Darnold's going to be competing for another contract. Matthew Stafford's at the point of his career is like, I'm winning what I can, and then if I have to teach, I'm going to like. Obviously, not saying he's going to teach, but
Dude,
he's already done enough in his career where he's like damn near Hall of Fame if he,
Well,
if
the
he,
Vikings-
especially if he wins another one.
the Vikings will definitely need a quarterback. J.J. McCarthy ain't it.
I
They're
think-
not giving up on JJ that easy. They may take a quarterback, but they are not giving up.
I wouldn't think-
on a
'cause
first
I
round
wouldn't-
pick who was injured his whole first season. This is his first full season of play. They're not giving up on him like that.
Because I think Trinidad is
quick.
in a point where he has the skills to be good, but he still needs some stuff to like work it out. Of like professional trainers watching a professional QB play, so like a veteran QB play.
Yeah.
And
Other than that, we know Jeremiah Love will go high, Bame will go high, Downs will go high. I know Bengals fans are hoping that Downs falls to 10, and they can
which
draft
he's
him.
mocked at, but he's the best DB in the class by a good amount.
Yeah. But any of that discussion, we can jump to the college or jump to the NFL playoffs. We did not hit a bet last week, sadly.
Let's go.
After the first
We're
week,
so
we did
back.
pretty well. Actually, the first week in the wild card round, we did pretty well. But I don't believe we hit any other one.
No,
I don't believe so.
Don't think so
Not
either.
collectively.
Yeah, so that was sucked. But anyway, we predicted that the Seahawks would win. We got that right. We predicted that the Rams would win. We got that right.
Got that right.
We did not predict the Broncos to win. I think Alex was the only
I
one that
did,
picked the
yeah.
Broncos. Those two picked the Patriots. I picked the Texans to win. You know, C.J. Stroud having to throw 4 interceptions, which again, I'm not giving up on C.J. Stroud. Bad game, whatever. Going to the playoffs. You've won the division twice in his 3 years. You've been in the playoffs. You were dominant. You know, I think he's good, solid, but and I think he'll come out better next year as long as they help build that offense. Because that defense is fine. You don't have to do anything. They've already re-signed a lot of the dudes that are on there. They extended them. Now you just need to do something on the offensive side. But predicted that way. Now we have, I believe you all picked the Rams to beat the Seahawks.
Yes.
Yes,
I
you
picked
picked
the
the Seahawks to beat the Rams.
I picked the Seahawks to beat the Rams. And then on the other side we had, I think we agreed. I think I said the Bills to beat the Patriots, but you know they're not in it. So right now I'm gonna pick the Patriots because Bo Nix being hurt, and the Broncos defense kind of looking mediocre right now.
I'm gonna take the Patriots, and the Patriots again.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Patriots. I think
Yep.
Alex is taking the Patriots.
I'm taking the Patriots. I'll have to look back. I honestly forgot who I picked to win the Super Bowl. Patriots or the Rams. I think I said Patriots.
They said Rams.
I might have. I forget. I'll need to look back. But yeah, I'm going with the Pats in the AFC title game.
That's crazy because we haven't seen the Patriots be relevant in about 6 years or 7. Ever since Tom Brady left. It's crazy to think that Drake May might win 7 Super Bowls.
Yeah, it's also kind of fun. It's also kind of funny how similarly, good lord, the rosters were built with Brady and Belichick and now Vrabel and May with real strong defenses. Maybe receivers that flew under the radar in the draft or free agency. In a decent running game. It's kind of the same thing with their team now.
Yeah.
So
like
it's kind of funny to see that. Yeah. So yeah, good for them though. Drake May's legit, obviously,
And didn't
and he might be getting more help in this draft.
what wide receiver won with Tom Brady? I can't think of his name. It's like
Julian
I had it-
Edelman,
No, the other one.
Randy
like the
Moss.
whole- yeah. And then now they got like Stephon Diggs, another high name wide receiver at the end of his career.
Yeah,
obviously
he ain't no Randy
obviously
Moss,
he's
though.
no Randy. Obviously he's no Randy Moss, but I meant like saying like comparisons to team.
Yeah.
Of like an aging wide receiver joining the Patriots to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, their teams are structured the same, which should be a cry for help for the rest of the league if it goes the way it did with Belichick.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Definitely. But, what was I going to say? We're talking about the Super Bowl. That sucks that it's coming to the end, but I think the conference championship games on Sunday are going to be awesome. I forgot who goes first. Is it NFC this year? Usually it's NFC that's last, but I think they've switched it the last couple of years.
Let's see. No, they did not. It's still the same. AFC is at 3 o'clock. NFC is at 6:30. I think that's just because it's on the west, like East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah.
Cool with me.
Yeah, just to add on that, I don't think the Broncos are going to go out there and lay an egg. Obviously, Jared Stidham is Jared Stidham.
Hey,
but
we've seen him have a good game before.
I don't think that's necessarily going to be like a 30-point route. But at the same time, it could be. But I don't think it will.
I don't think it's going to be a 30-point rout. I think it's going to be Patriots get up early and then they play like stall ball. So it's gonna feel like if you're watching the game, it's gonna feel like they're up a lot. But if you're like just look at the score, I think it's gonna be like 10 to 14 points.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
But like if you watch the game, they're just gonna like run the ball when they can, throw it if they have to, and just run out that clock.
The Broncos.
No, the Patriots.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, dude, talking about this, I don't know. I think the best Super Bowl would be the Patriots versus Seahawks.
I think it'd be good either way. You know, sounds bad, but as long as the Broncos don't make it,
With Jared Stidham, bro.
Yeah,
be
as long
cool
as
to
the
see.
Broncos
That'd be
don't
a
make it,
wild
I think it's
story.
gonna be a good game.
you know, I'm all for it.
It'd be
Would
crazy
not-
if they
would
won,
be
bro. It'd be
great.
like Nick Foles. It'd be like Nick Foles all over again.
Yeah, he's a little less proven than Nick, obviously. Yeah, it would be crazy to see the Broncos win. Yeah, I just think anyone out of the NFC and the Patriots will be a good matchup.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, I don't really have anything else. I mean, we can talk about awards. Like, who's MVP? Drake May, Matthew Stafford. Who's that?
I think Matthew Stafford had it last. I think.
Yeah.
I think that was the odds. I think he
Right.
had the
I think it is.
futures. Name the finalist. Nope. Okay, it's not on here. Cool.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if Drake May won, honestly. Like, I would not be.
Me neither. When you look at the pure stats, Stafford has them in, I think, every single stat. They might be tied for interceptions, but I'm gonna go Stafford. I think they both mean the same to the team. Obviously, the Rams have Puka and Kyron
Devontae
Williams
Adams.
and Devontae Adams, so yeah, he might have a little more help than Drake May. But I still think it's gonna be Stafford.
I think it's gonna be Stafford. I think they're gonna give it to Stafford just because he's older, like a more household name than Drake May. Like honest, like even though it shouldn't be, I really think that's what it's gonna come down to.
You must know nothing about Drake May then.
Honestly.
Hey, all
He's
I
about
know
as household
is
as it gets.
all I know is his household has a lot of baked goods, a lot of
Yeah.
good cookies,
W
a lot of good. Yeah. You mean Drake May? I mean May.
Who's going to win
Bake May?
AP? Who's going
May?
to win Offensive Player of the Year? Jackson Smith and Jigba?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
What
Even
about
though he had a
Rookie of the Year?
slow.
What about Offense Rookie of the Year? Defensive Rookie of the Year? I think it's got to be the middle. I thought it's got
Carson
to be the old-
Schwetzinger.
Yeah, I was like, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Offense.
Offense?
Ooh.
Dude, maybe Tyler Shuck.
It might be. I don't know if he has enough starts under his belt. Obviously, I know he started for a good amount of the season. No, thinking in the beginning of the season of Marion Hampton, but he was obviously injured for a long time. Who else we got in there? You got Tyler Warren. He's a rookie. He could possibly win it with the Colts.
Let's see.
I mean,
The odds to right now the odds to win is Tate. Tet McMillan.
Ted McMillan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I think, which I think everyone in the NFL saw, was Ibuka's role completely diminish. Obviously, 2 all-pro receivers, coming back from injury will do that. But I don't know if he had enough to get him across the finish line.
Second in line, crazy enough, is Henderson. Now imagine if Henderson didn't have to split touches this season.
Or if Vrabel let him score the first 6 weeks of the season, or
Yeah.
8 weeks of the season.
Yeah, honestly, just hate on my boy, bro.
Cam Ward and
Dude,
Shador
Junkins.
have higher
Dude, honestly,
odds.
Junkins should have been up there.
The odds. So the top 3 is McMillan, Henderson, and Dart. Dart's third. No, not third. Tyler Shue is third.
Tyler Shuck.
Yeah. Tyler Warren is barely in the top 10. Somehow.
Interesting. I know his role kind of diminished at the end of the season as well, due to maybe the quarterback, Daniel Jones, going down. They had a pretty solid season, I'd say.
Yeah, actually, second is Tyler. He's second, and then Trayvon's third, and then Jackson Dart's fourth.
Yeah, I think it's kind of not clear and obvious, but I don't think there'll be much surprise in really either side of the ball, honestly, with Tet and Carson. Who else is up there for Defensive Player of the Year?
Second would be Nick. And sorry if I butcher this.
It's Miles Garrett, dog.
Worry.
Yeah,
and
Warrior. Yeah, he's.
We're talking about
winning that freaking.
We were talking about Rookie of the Year, like defensive rookie.
Dude, that was so ass, bro.
James Pierce is third. At least that's on BetGM. If you go to DraftKings, though, Carson's the clear favorite out of any of them. And then James Pierce is second, with Nick being third.
So that's probably what will happen. But anyway, talking about those awards. Coach of the Year. I think it's Mike Vrabel or Ben Johnson.
Yeah. Think it could be either or. I think it'll be Vrabel. He's still in the playoffs. Cards are dealt, pretty solid in the Patriots' advantage for the AFC Championship game. I'm going Vrabel.
I'll go Vrabel too.
Holy Micah Parsons isn't even close. Like the next person isn't even close. I mean, not Michael Parsons, Myles Garrett. His odds to win on DraftKings is minus 20,000.
Well, yeah, bro. He broke the all-time
Dude, he had
record.
He had 18 sacks in 6 weeks.
Yeah, it took him forever to get those 5 sacks in the year.
Yeah.
Think of it this way. So the people who, obviously we know the top 2 people for Offensive Player of the Year is Jackson Smith and Puka. The number 1 odds was Saquon Barkley. Number 2 was Jahmyr Gibbs.
Entering the year?
This was entering the year. This year.
I believe that.
Puka was 6th entering the year. And then Jackson Smith was not bottom, but 20th.
Dude, I'll give Sam Darnold credit. Think about last year when he had Justin Jefferson. He knew who the hell to give the ball to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing that is one thing that man does not. And he has a cannon of an arm. So.
Crazy to get your number 1 wide receiver the ball. I mean, that's just crazy. Me personally, I would have never thought of that.
Honestly.
Obviously, duh.
But jumping back to that, the Super Bowl will be awesome. Don't know if we should stream the Super Bowl or not, but we'll see. We'll go based off of that. But honestly, baseball season around the corner. The NFL, we're kind of wrapping up on it, talking about that stuff because there's not really too much to talk about besides Bo Nix being hurt, Jarrett Stidham stepping in, Patriots looking like a clear path to the Super Bowl, even though I feel like Denver's defense is going to go, and I feel like Sean Payton's going to come up with some crazy offensive schemes. The NFC Championship game is going to be a great one between the Seahawks and the Rams. It's going to be nuts. God, that game's going to be really good. Let's see how the Super Bowl goes from there. Actually, we don't have a Kentucky segment today.
Well,
we're gonna look.
I'll talk a little bit.
All right, I'll let Alex go ahead and go about the Kentucky segment before we go to something else.
4 in a row, man. They've been close. A lot of them, some may say. But it really stinks. The injuries that have plagued this team over the past 2 years have been second to none in college basketball. Cam Williams broke his foot last night versus Texas. He was an athletics pure scorer. I don't know how long he's going to be out. Probably the rest of the season. But it really stinks to lose him. He was a great and vital part of our team. They're looking more to form. SEC play has treated them all right so far. They're 4-2. They play Georgia Saturday. So,
that's going to be a good game.
Yeah, and they've been pretty good this year. But, I'd love to keep tabs on all the fake fans who gave up after, 4 losses. You'll have that with, a huge team in any sport, like the Patriots, the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Cats. You'll have teams that'll, when they lose or don't have it together necessarily in the beginning of the season, just to quit. But I never quit on them. You can look back in all the videos about the Kentucky segment. Never gave up on them. Or Mark Pope.
Even though he never wanted to talk about him sometimes.
Well, yeah, that's not giving
Yes.
up on them. Just being frustrating. There's a total difference, but they're looking good when it matters. February will be a big month for them. Rattle off another 2 wins or so. We'll be back in the top 25. Football, nothing to really report. We'll see how that ends up. And yeah, like Blake said, not much. That's all I got.
But with college basketball still in the thing, there's two teams to shout out. First off, UC, the best, considered one of the best worst teams out there. Like they're good, but they're not good. It's really weird.
NIT bound.
They have the talent to beat good teams. They just don't have a coach. They don't have a good enough coach, in my opinion. They beat Iowa State, the number 2 ranked team, knocked them down to 9. Also, they play Arizona this week, so see if they can make it 2 in a row, knocking off number 2 and number 1.
There ain't no way they're beating Arizona. But
No, Arizona's looking really good. But
That'd
there's
be crazy.
also shout out to them Red Hawks, also in Ohio.
Miami.
They just now cracked the top 25.
Yeah.
Nine,
So going to have
19-0, 19 wins in a row.
They're 20.
Oh yeah, they just got 20, but they were ranked 25 with 19 wins.
Good for them, and shout out Evan Apsara.
Shout out Ian Elam Holmes and Taft Kid.
And Taft Kid.
All right, now jumping into Alex had an interesting interview yesterday. I will let him get into it. So, Alex, take the floor.
Yeah, so I got to do a little Q&A with the president of baseball operations of the Reds, Nick Kroll. It was a great experience. He was a super nice guy. Answered a lot of burning questions from a few people that were in attendance. A lot of them were obviously about Schwarber, not signing him, and why they didn't, make another splash move. So I'll talk about kind of the few things that he went over, and the question I asked I'll address at the end. So he said when they did not get Schwarber, Nick does not like deferred money, which is what the big teams build their franchise on, stretching out contracts as way longer than they should.
Possible.
Yeah, as long as possible. It killed them with Ken Griffey Jr. He just got off the payroll like 4 years ago. He wasn't making a whole lot, but he said it kills them to have deferred contracts, which makes sense. We're a small market team. We don't have the funds that those big teams have, so it affects us a little more than them. But as far as not going after anyone after Schwarber, it kind of seems like they pushed all their chips to the middle when it came to him. They still want to resign Miguel Andujar. They like his power and what he brings to the team, his leadership. So we'll see where that goes. So I guess not great to hear if you're a Reds fan.
Yeah.
He also talked about the struggles of signing pitchers in a small ballpark, which again is very true, very factual. He addressed extending left and right field back a while. They said that they're not looking into it, but they're not confirming that they're doing that, but they're looking into it. But obviously it's pros and cons. You're losing seating. But it would attract more bigger name pitchers to the Reds. So it'll be interesting to see
more bleacher seats.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do there. Let's see what else they talk about. You said Matt McClain's looking good. He's fully healed from his injury, and he's doing good in spring ball. They've talked about some of their top prospects, winter ball. They talked about some of their top prospects, which I won't get fully into. That'll take a while. But one thing that this Reds organization does, Nick Kroll has all the final decision for all their picks. is drafting and developing their talent. We've seen it with Sal Stewart, multiple guys. Moving Marte to right field was probably the best move I think they did last year as a team. You know, I didn't know this, but Spencer Steer finished like third in Gold Glove for the Gold Glove award at first base. I don't think he made a single error, and he was
He got he got a little too excited.
Is he frozen for you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think he got a little too excited there.
frozen for me as well. This is not good. All right, guys, let's switch over here. We have no idea. So he was talking about Spencer Steer in third base. I did not know that. That is exciting to hear if you're a Reds fan. But basically what it's sounding like is that the Reds just are doomed for the next couple years. It sounds like.
They're building, but they're also like not helping
The
themselves.
good
Like
thing
they're
is that we
shooting
made the
themselves in
play.
the foot.
Yeah, so we made the playoffs last year. We just need to hope and build for it. And I don't know if Alex is going to be able to reconnect or not. So I don't know if I want to say his question, that he was talking about.
Here, let me shoot him a text real quick.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and wait, guys. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and talk about some moves in the NFL world. Oh,
There he goes. No, he'll come back. He'll come back. Trust.
So, Ravens hired what was his name? Jesse Minter.
The defensive coordinator for the Colt. I meant for the Chargers. Oh, hey, buddy, you're back.
Yo, I'm back. My computer just died on 15%. Any computer sponsors would be appreciated. This one absolutely stinks. That's about all I'll get away
Not
with
gonna throw
saying
no
on
names.
YouTube. Yeah, no names. Apple. Yeah, anyways, Steer finished like top 3 or top 5 in Gold Glove at first base. He was injured throughout the year, which good sign. Him and Sal Stewart will be utility players. They said they got their core 3 of Key Bryan at third, Elliott Short and McLean at second. That Steer and Stewart will rotate, third base when Key Bryan needs a break. Steer will still play the outfield a little bit. And then obviously one of them will DH. So it's promising to hear, the players that have been around.
First?
Yeah, he'll still play first. He must want to Gold Glove. I don't know why they wouldn't, but the returning players, it seems pretty promising, which is good. But it's about the additions they didn't make. I liked the Gavin Lux trade. We need all the help at pitching we can get, obviously.
Traded Gavin Lux.
Can't hear you, Alex.
Did we trade?
Who'd you get for
Gavin Lux. It was a relief pitcher. I forget his name. But yeah, we traded Lux, move some money around, get the money off the board, because we all know they'd hate to keep a big payroll. But we got a good, solid relief pitcher, which is good. But let's see. Other than that, Ellie's looking good. The team is trying to get his family visas so they can come visit. That's an extremely important part in getting him, to stay with the team. They're working on that. But it was just really cool to hear him talk about it. The question I asked was about Ellie and reports, which he confirmed, of him turning down the biggest Reds contract in the history of the franchise. So I asked him if that raised any red flags with the organization, and if there's any sort of understanding between the two sides on that. I guess he didn't really fully answer the question as far as where they stand. He said that Ellie likes to be here. He loves the fans. He likes the organization. But he only has 2 or 3 years left of team control. And he said he wanted to get the most out of Ellie, whether that means, signing him for a little more they didn't want to spend, or letting him not letting him go, trading him
That team controls up.
before the team controls up. So, maybe not the best to hear if you're a Reds fan. Obviously, he's the centerpiece of our franchise, but I don't know if how the talks will develop with Ellie De La Cruz, but I think the thing they need to focus on most over the next season, I guess year and a half, is getting him signed to a long-term deal. They did it with Hunter Green, which was a great contract for the team. He's not making more than $10 million a year. And when healthy, he's a top 10, 15 pitcher in the MLB. But it's going to be all about getting him all the things that he needs so he stays with the team. Because they said that they most likely won't let him go to free agency, which makes sense. But that means we could only have 2 years left of De La Cruz as a Red.
They would let him get a free agency. No, they need to trade him. If he doesn't sign this offseason, they need to trade him.
Yeah, well, you still have the whole first half of the year after next, possibly to do that to build his value up. But yeah, they need to do something.
Yes.
It's going through the mic.
Oh.
All right. Well, that's interesting to know. So all of us Red fans, so when we go to a game this year, we're all just gonna be sitting there fucking dreading it. But anyway, um, let's go to. Honestly, I don't know if we have anything else to talk about. Any you guys got anything else they want to talk about? Oh, the NBA segment. Let's end this with the NBA segment.
Um, I mean, not really much has happened since the last. Like, nothing big has really happened. Um,
I got something.
Interesting things was Wemby went bald because one of his players, because KJ went bald on the Spurs. So, I mean, that's kind of interesting.
All-star starters.
Oh yeah,
LeBron,
yeah. All Stars. Yeah, LeBron is not a starter.
first time in 21 years.
The West looks overpowered compared to the East. Just, I believe the West All Stars was Curry. Um, it was Curry, Jokic,
Wemby.
Wemby. Who was their two guard?
I believe it was Ant.
Ant and Luca.
Yep.
No, Ant didn't start because
Ant didn't make
Ant
it.
didn't start.
Was it Shea and Luca?
Yes, it was Shea
Yeah.
and Luca. That's who it was. It was Curry, Shea, Luca, Wemby, and Jokic. Compared to the East, which was Cade, Tyrese, Giannis,
Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown,
Tyrese.
Yeah, Tyrese who?
Maxey.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
it's basically just Caden him.
Yeah, Cade and them.
Jay Brown. Jay Brown.
Did Mobley make it?
No,
Who was the big man?
Hold on.
Giannis.
Yeah.
I don't know the other big man.
Stand by.
Stand by.
Stand by, folks.
Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
But anyway, some interesting news is that I think Jaylen Brown should have a fair chance to win.
Oh,
the MVP.
Jaylen Brown was the other big, like the other forward, crazy. Because Jalen Brunson also made it. It was Jalen Brunson. Yeah,
I
if
think
you go,
Jaylen Brown deserves some MVP love. The dude is averaging almost 30. He's averaging like 29.6 points a game, and he's leading a Boston Celtics team second in the conference in the East, who was expected to finish around
like
10.
last.
They're projected in like the 10 to 12 range. I thought, like the edge of the play-in.
Yeah,
But they were like, but now they're second. Now, don't get me wrong, something could change. Like they could end up losing 20 games in a row, and they're sitting at 12th. But right now, as of right now, knock on wood, that they keep winning and stuff, because it's always good basketball to see the Celtics good, and that means Jason Tatum could possibly be back and rejoin them close to the end of the season. But I think Jaylen Brown deserves some love for MVP. I don't know who else. MVP, honestly, you put Cade.
Cade has been I mean, they're leading the West. I'm at the East by 5.5 wins. I mean, Cade has really turned He's always been a star that's never been really talked about until now
Well,
that
that's
they're
also because
like
his team
well, yes, that's all. But he's doing pretty much the same thing he's always done.
But the
That's the
fact,
thing.
dude, they get J.B. Bickerstaff, dude, and they're freaking goated, dude.
So Cade has been putting up stats. The Knicks are kind of falling off. They've won like 3 games since like only 1 or 2 games since December 31st. I think they were like 1-6.
It's that NBA Cup, bro. Mike Brown might be fired after this year.
So Atlanta is kind of still rolling after their trade. They haven't missed a step since trading Trae Young, but that's also because they've had 2 players of Jalen Johnson leading that squad in not rebounds, but he's averaging career highs in points, assists, and rebounds. Dyson Daniels as their lockdown defender. So they're kind of making moves in the right step. Milwaukee still don't know what they're doing with their stuff.
I don't think they know.
They don't know if they're going to trade Giannis. They don't know if they're not going to trade Giannis. They don't know what team they're building.
They don't know anything.
Since the last time we talked,
they should have never traded for Dame Lillard.
No, Damian Lillard should have been a Miami Heat, but that's neither here nor there. But the Hawks have but has him as a 6-man. LaMelo as a 6-man role, because as of now, LaMelo
Charlotte Hornets.
Yes, Charlotte Hornets have LaMelo as a 6-man role. Because they play better as a team when he's not on the court, but he's an undeniable like star. So, interesting enough, they're 17-28, yet they're the only team with a losing record that have a plus in their differential, like points differential. Crazy. Don't even know how that's even possible.
That means when they lose, they're losing by like single digits.
Yes, because it's usually because LaMelo is making stupid decisions when they lose. Like there's been times when he's forced too many shots or made a crucial turnover.
I think LaMelo is what everybody thought Lonzo would have been. Like the guy making like these plays and stuff. Lonzo's smart. He's just not like as gifted as LaMelo was.
For sure. Lonzo's always been he's always been bigger, like stronger, but he wasn't as talented. Almost everybody knew LaMelo was the most talented out of the 3.
Yeah. But
I mean,
anything else, guys? We got anything to say?
He was
Reed Shepherd, White Boy of the Year.
6th man of the year.
He
Lou
is
Williams said
legit.
They are the 4th seed, by the way, guys, at 26-15.
They lost some stupid games. Well, dude, Ime Udoka, I don't understand what he's doing, bro. Reed Shepherd will play 30 minutes one game, give you 20 points, and like whatever, like a couple rebounds, a few assists, and a steal and a block. But then he'll play him for freaking 15 to 18 minutes, and he'll have like 12 points. It's like, do you not understand when you play this dude for 30 minutes, he's going to get you 20?
Josh Okogie must be that man, because that's who's starting over him.
Another crazy thing is that Russell Westbrook is on a veteran contract leading the team in points, I think, and assists.
Well, he's second on the team in scoring, but he does lead the team in points because he's played more games.
Yes.
And rebounds and assists, which is nuts. But
on a veteran contract, and he didn't sign until like damn near like the day before you had to like submit your rosters.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, don't forget to. I think that's gonna wrap up this episode 14. Thank you all for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, any computer companies hit us up for
specifically me.
Please, ambassador deal. I don't care. We need something.
Buy our merch when we make it. Buy our merch.
Honestly, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the Twitch this. Are we gonna do Saturday?
Well, we'll see. There's an impending ice storm of doom and despair. So
if you're
we'll keep y'all updated.
Saturday. So
if you're on the East Coast of the United States, we'll let you know.
Don't forget to like, subscribe,
follow
everything.
Share.
We are going to do everything. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and peace.
Tell your mom, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your dad, tell your aunt, tell your cousin, tell your grandma, tell your grandpa.
All right, peace.
Thank y'all.